Another tool which is available in the hands of insolvency professional is the use of financial analysis for effective and impactful decision making. Now we all understand and we all realize that as an insolvency professional मुझे दुनिया भर के डिसीजन लेने पड़ते हैं, दुनिया भर के डिसीजन लेने पड़ते हैं टू रन दी सी डी इन अ वेरी इफेक्टिव एफिशिएंट प्रॉफिटेबल मैनर. अब वो डिसीजन लेने के लिए मुझे इन्फॉर्मेशन चाहिए कि मेरी कंपनी का लेवरेज कैसा है, कि मेरी कंपनी की लिक्विडिटी कैसी है, कि मेरी कंपनी की प्रॉफिटेबिलिटी कैसी है, कि मेरी कंपनी की एसेट्स की एफिशिएंसी कैसी है, कि मेरी कंपनी की वर्किंग कैपिटल की एफिशिएंसी कैसी है. सो दिस इज अगेन you do not have to do it by yourself. As an insolvency professional, you and I only need to be aware as to these tools are available. And then what we need to do, we need to have the people who are working in the organization, we need to use them for giving us this information so that we are able to take those decisions. So what you have, there are 8 key aspects of financial analysis. And what those 8 key aspects are, the first one is profitability and performance. So calculate your gross profit ratio, calculate your net profit ratio, calculate your EBITDA margin ratio, calculate your return on equity, calculate your return on investment, calculate your return on capital employed, calculate your earning per share. So these ratios will give you an idea as to how is the profitability of the business improving and moving. Then you calculate the liquidity ratio. और जो हमने अभी देखा, current ratio is nothing but a ratio that gives idea about the liquidity of a business. तो आप उसकी liquidity calculate करो, how is the liquidity of the business. And remember, gone are the days it was good to have a high current ratio. The current discipline, financial discipline requires that the current ratio must be as less as possible. तो अपने मुझे क्यों इन्वेंट्री में पैसा फंसा के बैठूं, क्यों रिसीवेबल्स में पैसा फंसा के बैठूं? Why should I do that, right? And why should I not ask my suppliers to give me longer credit period? If I can manage with the borrowed material or material taken on credit, then why should I purchase the material by paying cash? So look at the second is liquidity ratio. Third is the solvency ratio. Solvency का मतलब ये, of course, insolvency companies which have gone in for insolvency or which have gone for insolvency resolution process through the NCLT through IBC code, उनकी solvency तो बराबर नहीं है, इसलिए वो वहाँ पहुँचे हैं. पर keep calculating in solvency ratio because that will give you an idea as to what kind of improvement do you have. Number 4, efficiency in utilization of the fixed assets. So as a resolution professional, what should be my aim? My aim should be to use my fixed assets as many times as possible. So I should be able to generate as many times turnover as possible using my fixed assets. So that is your efficiency in utilization, the fixed asset ratio. Efficiency in and effectiveness in working capital management. तो ये कैसे मालूम पड़ेंगे? ये मालूम करेंगे how many days of inventory I am carrying. Is that number of days of inventory which I am carrying is coming down month after month? So if the number of days of inventory that I am carrying month after month is coming down, that's a good sign. That means I am able to manage my operations with lower inventory. Likewise, how many days of receivables do I carry currently? Are these number of days of receivables going down month after month? If that is what is happening, that's a good sign. That means I am getting my money faster from my customer. And please remember, ultimately, as an insolvency professional, I understand कि what is the lifeline of a business? It is the cash profit. तो जितना मेरे पास में कैश लोगों से आएगा उतना मेरी लाइफ इजी होगी, बिकॉज उतना मैं ऑब्लिगेशंस को डिस्चार्ज कर सकूंगा, और जितना मैं लोगों के ऑब्लिगेशंस को डिस्चार्ज करूंगा उतना मुझे ज़्यादा उनसे सपोर्ट मिलेगा, कोऑपरेशन मिलेगा, और जितना ज़्यादा सपोर्ट और कोऑपरेशन मिलेगा उतना ज़्यादा मैं ऑपरेशंस को ज़्यादा एफिशिएंटली कंडक्ट कर पाऊंगा. देन ऑफ कोर्स यू गॉट अ फाइनेंशियल लेवरेज रेशियो. दैट मीन्स आपकी बोरोइंग, डेट में और इक्विटी में क्या रिलेशनशिप है, और ये फिर आपका वैल्यूएशन रेशियो. I'm going to discuss that separately as we move forward. And then, of course, finally, the eighth one is the EVA, economic value added. And how do you calculate EVA? EVA is very simple. It is a return on capital employed minus cost of capital employed, and that is what is EVA. इसका मतलब क्या है? इसका मतलब ये है कि अगर मेरी कॉस्ट ऑफ कैपिटल 10% है तो मेरा ROC कम से कम 10% से ऊपर होना चाहिए, तो फिर मैं वैल्यू क्रिएट करूँगा. और अगर मेरी रिटर्न ऑन कैपिटल एम्प्लॉयड 10% है और मेरी रिटर्न ऑन कैपिटल एम्प्लॉयड 10% है, कॉस्ट ऑफ कैपिटल अगर मेरी 12% है, इसका मतलब आई एम डिस्ट्रॉइंग वैल्यू बाय 2%. दैट मीन्स मेरा ये बिजनेस ज़्यादा दिन टिकने वाला नहीं है. तो ये 8 की पैरामीटर्स हैं फॉर इवेल्युएटिंग द बैलेंस शीट एंड इवेल्युएटिंग द प्रॉफिट एंड लॉस स्टेटमेंट so as to come to conclusion about different aspects of the operations and take decisions pertaining to those aspects accordingly. So again, open to every one of you. You can ask me any question if you have any.